because my dad was his favorite. I was going to sing something totally different, but I just kept hearing that in my head. That's why he does those things.
Yes, yes.
That's also why he allows the ugly and allows the bad. This is why I believe that the Lord didn't want us to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Because we don't have the ability to comprehend good and evil. But the Lord does. So when we're in the world and we see bad things happen, sometimes we automatically assume it's a bad thing. But God wants us to know that he allows certain things. He allows us to suffer. The same way that he allowed Jesus to suffer. Allowing Jesus to suffer to save us, he allows us to suffer because we can help save others. Yes. And it's through our testimonies. It's through our trials. What do? They bring experience and they bring hope and they make us unashamed. They build our faith. And that's what God wants to do. And I saw that work in my dad as he completely rededicated his life to Christ. And I learned all of Jesus reading the Bible in the car on the way to elementary school with my parents. And just to see his transformation and what the Lord wanted to do through him and who he was able to help. It was an extremely rare disease, yet there was one other person who happened to have that same disease in the hospital. I think near like the last days that my dad was there, and he was able to minister because he understood. They weren't really listening to anyone else, but they listened to someone who knew what they were going through.
Yes.
And I think if we don't allow God to work in us the way that he wants us, the way that he wants to work in us, we can lose that, which goes back to obedience and disobedience. There's things that the Lord is asking specifically you to do. Every single one of us, there's something that the Lord has urged you to do. Amen. Something he's urged you to say to someone. Someone you have to forgive. May not want to. It can be the most terrible thing ever that you may have experienced. But that's the Lord's will. Going back to that relationship that I was in, when I wrote Your Favorite, I had two things in mind. After the song was written, I was like, God, why did we write this song? He said, because this first verse, you need to know that even though you're broken and you feel falling and you've been pushed and you've been pulled and you're just down, that you're my favorite. And I said, what about the second verse? Well, for those who have hurt, those who have abused, those who have done those things, if they repent and turn their ways towards me, they too are my favorite. And I love them. And so I knew in that moment, I had to forgive those who have hurt me and understand that everyone is God's favorite. Yes. And he loves us. And that's freedom. It is true freedom. So I don't think that was the next song, but awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Lord.
You are the best thing in my life. You never leave me, never desert me. You are forever on my side. When I'm down in the darkness, you pull me to light. When I feel like I can't, you pick up my fight. I am straight, I am failed, I am into myself. I need you, I need you, I need you. You never judge me, you never hurt me. You are the best thing in my life. You never leave me, never desert me. You are forever on my side. When I'm down in the darkness, you pull me to light. When I feel like I can't, you pick up my fight. I am straight, I am failed, I am into myself. I need you, I need you, I need you. I open my eyes to you, God.
Yes, Lord.
Bringing a heart that's broken. But by your grace, I've been chosen. I heard you say, I am your favorite. So here on my feet, where I stand. Here on my problems, I lay in your hands. Ready to follow your plan. I heard you say, I am your favorite. 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 I am broken, I'm falling, I'm lonely, I'm weak. I am fighting with demons, I'm scared to defeat. I've been pushed, I've been pulled, I have rose just to fall. But with Jesus I know I can conquer it all. 'Cause I'm stronger with Jesus, His power, His might. I surrender my body, my soul, and my mind. You are healer, my Savior, will answer my call. 'Cause with Jesus I know I can conquer it all.
Thank you, Lord.
We are his favorite. Thank you, Father.